Hi, my name's Jen. I'm a registered nurse from the UK, currently in between NHS positions. So my historic position before I came to Nepal, I was a cardiac cath lab nurse and worked alongside the coronary care unit in NHS Tayside. However, when I go back, I am taking a change of direction and I'm going to be working in theatres down in North Wales. So I got the keys to my new house on the day I moved to Nepal, so who knows what will happen when I go home. So I'm excited, and I am here in Nepal and have just finished leading a Nurses in Action program to experience what healthcare is like in Nepal and to work alongside Nepali nurses and multidisciplinary teams to provide healthcare both in the hospital in Pokhara, in the community around Pokhara, delivering health promotion and educational sessions, and we finished off by visiting a rural village where we worked in a local health post and concluded the whole trip with a major health camp, working alongside the local hospital and the doctors, pharmacists there to help provide healthcare to the local community. It's a fantastic program and the nurses were a wonderful, wonderful team.
And tell us about the school visit that you went on with the nurses and the benefits of that.
When we first arrived in Kathmandu, we were able to visit the World Youth International School in Gorkana, Namaste. Where there's over 650 children that are receiving education in this beautiful, beautiful school. And it was an incredible opportunity for the nurses to see where some of their fundraising and where their donations went. And we were able to play games with the kids. We were playing musical chairs. I didn't do very well. One of our girls won, and that was really, really, really fantastic. And it was brilliant to see all the kids having fun and playing. And then we didn't take too much of their time. So soon they were back to classes, and we went around to visit to see what they were up to. They were actually preparing for exams and studying really hard. And but everyone you spoke to absolutely loved their school experience. And it was a really magical day for the nurses because it was pre their hospital placements, and it really gave them a sense of where some of their donations went and how important their role would be and how important their sponsorship was as well. So I was quite emotional to go back. It was my second time at the school, and it was just a beautiful place to be back, and they remembered me from the year before, and it's a privilege to be able to visit there.
Tell me a little bit about how it looks for a Nurses in Action volunteer, a day in the life of.
Oh, so it can be very different. So each day offers something new, each day offers a new opportunity. So the program runs just over 3 weeks. You're spending nearly a month in the country. So you start off with an orientation in Kathmandu, which is great because you just get to have a bit of a settle in, get sort of a bit of an experience of the local culture, the local food. And then we set off to Pokhara, which is a beautiful, beautiful city where we base ourselves and work out of the Western Regional Hospital, which is locally called Gandaki Hospital. So nurses get placed into different wards, usually something familiar as to what they have at home. So your day starts with a team breakfast, and then we head off to the hospital. And in the hospital, because healthcare is different obviously to what we're used to back home, you're working very closely with your Nepali team and observing what's going on. And it's a really brilliant opportunity to learn things from yourself, to experience and develop your education, and also help out when it's appropriate to do so within your levels of competency from back home. And people can experience very different things and see direct kind of comparison as to how healthcare works here in their areas and how healthcare works at home, and the similarities and differences there as well. It can be a very challenging experience for a lot of people. It can be quite confronting. You see a lot of different presentations than you would see back home as well, just because of a different climate, different area really, which can be very interesting, but as I say, can be quite confronting. So it's really important that we then have a bit of downtime to regroup and debrief at the end of each day. After our hospital, so we do a half day shift in the hospital, so you're working from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. which for a lot of people is a full day work. For nurses, as we know, that can be a shorter day. We then go and deliver health promotion around the local community. So on my most recent Nurses in Action program, we visited a school and we were talking about general health education, then some dental hygiene, and we were also talking about sexual health, both with the boys class and the girls class, and sort of bringing it all together and describing the importance of looking after yourself, but also getting to know your own body. We also visited a orphanage, which was a fantastic experience for everybody. The children loved it and the nurses had a great time as well. And we were able to give some donations from a clinic in Australia of some toothbrushes and toothpastes there too. We also ran mini health camps around Pokhara. So we visited a women's safe home, which provides shelter for women who have experienced domestic violence and domestic abuse. So we were able to deliver some direct healthcare there and make referrals to the hospital where necessary. It was also a great opportunity to just chat with these women and to hear their stories, but also just to provide a different day for them and a bit of comfort too, which was lovely. We also visited a sex workers centre, which we were speaking about sexual health with the women and also learning a bit about what their lives are like as well. So it was a really good open conversation to have. And we were able to help out when appropriate there as well. So all sorts of different things. We visited an old age centre and a centre for people who have learning or mental health challenges too. So a very wide variety of experiences that the nurses get when they come on an NIA programme. A highlight for a lot of them is we then head back towards Kathmandu and we go and visit a rural village, and it's usually up in the hills. Got beautiful views and it's a complete contrast to life in the city in Pokhara and Kathmandu. So where we went this time, we were living with a family who just took us in like one of their own straight away from the get-go. Loads of food. Everyone puts on loads of weight when they come over. Dal bhat and the fantastic food that's cooked by the family is a wonderful community environment to be in. There we visited the local health post and spoke to the nurses there to see what life is like at a rural Nepali health post. And we also provided health education to the local community. Again, our focus was on general health and well-being, but also sexual health, specifically for women. We handed out donated reusable sanitary pads within the village as well, and explained how they work and how it could be very good for the environment, but also really good for your own sort of hygiene as well. The excitement built as the week went on because we knew we were concluding with a major health camp in the village. So we wrote out invitations to everybody in the community, which was a very interesting experience, having all of us try and learn Nepali and how to write it. So still don't know how to. We had to get them checked multiple times for the funny spelling mistakes we were making. However, we concluded with a major health camp at the local health post, where over 100 people visited in just about 3 hours. At the health post, we had local doctors with a focus on gynecology, with an ultrasound scanner available as well. We also had a couple of pharmacists and we had the local nurses as well. And our nurses were just fantastic. They just got straight in there, taking vital signs, helping out organise the health camp as well. And everybody had a very busy, tiring day, but was so satisfied by the end of it. And it was a brilliant way to speak to the local community and get to know a bit more about what their life was like too. So a jam-packed programme, but it's a wonderful way to bond with other people. I know we're going to be friends for life, the nurses that were on my programme, and it was an absolute privilege to be given the opportunity to come and do this programme with World Youth.